Starting live.
Yeah.
Hi, and welcome to Silly Girl Trips. As promised, I am now at
Alliance House.
Alliance House. Alliance House. Like I said, I'm gonna go live my first live. So, sorry I've tuned in late. So if you are just started off, thank you for joining Silly Girl Trips and welcome to my channel. And thank you for joining me as I journey through the trips of my life. And today I want to introduce you to the members of Alliance House. And
Hi.
this is
I am Paige Huff. I'm the director here at Alliance House.
And I'm Damon. I am a member at Alliance House.
Yes, and me. I'm at Alliance House. So today we are meeting. I just got a little tour of the place. It's located in Salt Lake City, Utah. Can you plug in your address?
Yeah, 1724 South Main. There again in Salt Lake City.
Yep, 1724 South Main Street.
Yes. And so anybody can access this place. It's beautiful. You guys got to come. Anybody. Like they help you with everything with mental illness. While, I talk a lot. So I'm going to let them talk. I'm going to just like scoot back and put the camera on them and just let them tell you what it is that they do. And if you have any questions, please type it in or let us know and they will address it for you. Okay. Remember what I said. If this doesn't help you, love your peoples and listen, because this might help somebody else. I already know some people that this is going to help, and I'm going to be seeing you after to pick up some brochures for you. All right. So here we go. All right,
Okay.
Paige. Going to.
All right, so Alliance House is a clubhouse model, and there are roughly about 300 throughout the world. And we are based on accreditation, and that accreditation is our standards, and they pretty much are focused on inclusion. So Clubhouse is a place where people can leave their diagnosis at the door. We don't focus on it here. We're not clinical. We don't do medication. We don't do therapy, but rather we engage in meaningful work, and that is done side by side in the Clubhouse in units. So all members and staff work together. Members have access to all areas of the Clubhouse and all tasks necessary for our nonprofit to be successful. And I'm going to let Damon share kind of his experience here at Clubhouse and the things that he does here.
Thank you.
Yeah, so like Paige mentioned, there's different units. So at the clubhouse here, we have a culinary unit, which creates our lunch every day for all the members, and it's really cheap for the members. We're able to eat for $1.50, and it's all made from scratch food, so it's really tasty. I've not had anything I haven't enjoyed so far. Then we have a career development unit, which will help people with education and employment opportunities, and then also doing our newsletter, our social media, and different things that are graphical in nature and things like that. And then I spend most of my time in the business unit. That's where we do all the financial work. So we pay the bills, we work with the new member orientations and referral process, and really do all the things that it takes to keep the program running. And you may have noticed I said that I actually pay the bills. And that's what's interesting here is we as members are the ones that run this facility and run the program. We have staff here like Paige and a few other staff members that can help direct us and guide us, but we really take on a lot of the responsibilities. So we're doing everything from cooking those meals to printing the newsletter and sending it out to paying the bills. And it's a great opportunity for those of us that have mental illness to actually learn skills that are useful out in the workplace and that we're able to take out and get into the regular community. And it's a chance for us to come out of the house and not just stay at home in your basement and get active and make good friends and family and have a great opportunity to grow.
Absolutely. And I think that the best way to know about Clubhouse and truly understand Clubhouse is to tour it. It's something that you have to see. And we do tours every day at 11 and 2. But as Damon was saying, our members are the ones who help us to be successful, and we do it all side by side without focus on diagnosis or treatment. It's voluntary to come here. We don't have clients, we don't have patients, we have members, and we are a community, and we support one another, and we're a place where people can come where they're needed, wanted, and expected. And we focus on talent, strengths, and abilities so that members can go out into the community and lead meaningful lives. Our focus areas are housing, education, and employment, so that members have those in their independent life so that they can be successful. And then everything is done together. I know we keep saying that, but it's very, in order to truly grasp it, you have to see it to how we do everything together. We travel together, we go to conferences together, and staff and members have a strong connection of meaningful relationships. And so we would love to see you for a tour.
You know, Paige was telling Cecilia just a few minutes ago that, you know, if you walk through here and take a tour, you cannot tell who the members are and who the staff are, because they're all doing the same work side by side, getting things done. You might think, hey, this is a staff member, when really it's a member that's, you know, doing the billing. Or you might think, hey, that's a member because they're mopping the floor, and it's actually the executive director that's cleaning the bathroom that day. So we do all the same things together, and we do have some really cool programs for education and employment that we'd be able to talk to you about if you come on a tour. And again, to become a member, all you really need to do is get a referral from either a social worker, a psychiatrist, someone in the mental health profession, and be over 18 years of age. And then you're able to come in for an orientation and get started, and come in as much or as little as you like, and work in as much as little as you'd like.
Yep, and we are on Facebook. So there is Alliance House on Facebook. Our website is alliancehouse.org. And we would love to meet all of you that are watching.
The other thing that, because I got to sit down and talk with Alliance House prior to going live, the other thing that I was really interesting, that I really appreciated, is the fact that they mentioned, and they're probably going to talk more about it, is can you tell them how they're treated when they come here? They don't, you guys mentioned that when you guys come here, their mental illness is not even brought up.
Yeah. We always tell our members to leave their diagnosis at the door. We do have to have a referral with a mental health diagnosis, but that's pretty much the only time it's even looked at, and then it goes into our data system, and then it's not relevant to why we're here. And so members aren't coming in here and getting therapy or talking about their depression or their bipolar. They're here to engage in a community and do meaningful work. And so we always say that we treat the human condition, and in order to do that, in order to be a healthy human, you have to have a community and a support system that needs you and loves you. And that's what Alliance House does. And so we don't have the focus on the diagnosis, and we need members to come in here and work and engage with us. It's voluntary. Members come as much as they want or as little as they want. Once somebody is a member, they're a member for life. And so there's no time limits. We do bill Medicaid, but we don't require for our members to have Medicaid. We have wonderful community donors and grants that help us to assist anybody living with a mental illness that wants a community to go to.
You know, as a member, I guess I can sum up that, you know, I have a lot of really good friends here that I've made, and I don't know what their diagnoses are. They don't know what mine is, because we're not judged upon what our mental illness is. We're judged upon, hey, are you a cool guy? Do we get along? Are you able to do that work? Are you, successful? Are you willing to learn? So it's really a great opportunity for those of us with mental illness to actually see the better of ourselves. I know before Alliance House, I would sleep in till noon, sometimes not leave my room other than the restroom like 2 or 3 days, stay in my pajamas, not do anything. And, Paige said that it's voluntary to be here, so I don't have to come. But my alarm is set now because I want to be here and I want to be a part of the program.
And then just to touch bases, I know probably you guys, I thank you again. I see a lot of questions, comments that I definitely will get back, and we'll go through that and try to answer any questions that you might have. It's just so exciting. There's so much things to do here. I just want to be able to cover all those so you guys can have a really good understanding about the Alliance House. So, for example, I'm going to let them talk about some of the programs that they offer here. For example, they can help you find a job. Not only help you find a job, they do things like the certain jobs that they are connected with certain companies, they literally will go to work with you. The staff will go to work with you on days that you cannot handle it on your own. I mean, just wonderful things like that. So they're going to touch bases on like the education, maybe the training, or what it is that like the different programs that you can be involved in once you get in here, and some of the community things that they get involved with other companies that are here and other local places that are here. So you can see there's a lot of support out there and a lot of people that are rooting for mental illness people to live happy, wholesome lives. And they are totally getting that support here. And they want to support you, whoever you may be, whatever color you may be, purple, blue, Polynesian, Hispanic, it don't matter. But it's available, but the lack of not knowing that it's there, it's like their best kept secret. They were saying it is. And so I want you guys to learn more about those. So let me turn it back to them, because I talk a lot. One moment. So
Yes.
could you talk to them about some of these programs and what they can get out of this program and make their lives better?
Yes, absolutely. And we don't want to be a secret anymore. And so we are always looking for referrals. But when people come into the clubhouse, we have what's called the work order day. And that's divided into 3 different units where we are completing all tasks necessary for us to keep our lights on. But if members need help with things outside of Clubhouse, such as education or employment or housing, we all assist with that. So our education program is from high school diploma to post-secondary. We do have some grants and some funding for scholarship opportunities, but we do a formal graduation for our members every year with their cap and gown, where they get to invite their family and loved ones. And then we have members that are in post-secondary. We have an education room here where people can work on their schooling or receive tutoring. We have community partners that come in and tutor, but we also have members that are educated in certain areas that are willing to tutor other members. And then for our employment, we have 3 different levels of employment that we assist with. And the first one is transitional employment. This is unique to Clubhouse. This is where we have different partnerships with employers throughout the community. Staff from Alliance House go and they're trained on those positions. And then we essentially own that position with the employer. We make a selection of what member is going to go into that employment. It's only 6 to 9 months. It's kind of the first step of getting back into the work field. It's entry-level positions, and the members go there, and once they're selected by a committee of their peers. So they're selected by staff and members of Alliance House. They don't have to go through the formal interview process that you would trying to find full-time employment or long-term employment, but rather they're selected by their peers. Once that selection is done, say that I'm the one that's assigned to that transitional employment, I would be the one that would go on site and train the member on how to do that job. Rather than having a direct supervisor, I would be the person checking in with them. What's the coolest thing about transitional employment is if a member becomes hospitalized or they are sick or they're not doing well that day, they would call me and say, you know what, I don't think I can make it to work. My first step is going to be like, hey, how about we go together? We can work on this together side by side and see if we can get through the day. If that person absolutely cannot make it, say that they are hospitalized, my guarantee to the employer is that I will be there that day. I will cover the job so that the member's job is secure, and as well as the employer partnership is still kept. And the member is paid by the employer, and they have that steady income. And after they complete that transitional employment, they can then move on to either independent or supported. Do you want to cover supported?
Yeah, so like Paige was saying, transitional employment is kind of a stepping stone just to really get out there in the community and realize, hey, I can work.